Alrighty, hi everybody. So it is Drea again, and what I wanted to talk to you about today um, was it kind of goes with my other video, but it does differ just a little bit. Um, it's again something that not a lot of people really talk about, and I don't know. It's kind of frustrating, but it's not because it's a good thing, but it kind of seems like a bad thing. So, um, once you start hormones, one of the things is, so like I've gained absolutely no weight, but I've moved up in my pant size because here's my body. So like right here, my hips have started to like push out and widen a little bit. So I haven't gained any weight per se. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I still have a pretty flat stomach. And, like, so I don't know how to describe it, but like, I was a size 7 and now I'm like a size 9. So it's been this kind of battle with me recently because it's like I don't want to be a size 9 by any means, but it also does mean that I am getting curvier and that my hormones are taking effect. So it's kind of this positive negative. And not a lot of people talked about the fact that like in your transition, like, and I mean, you read about it, like in the actual research side of things, that your hips at a certain, like, I think it's before 25-ish, your hips will move out. So like it gives you that frame, and that's the standard cis female. But like being on hormones, like it's kind of it's a new experience because like so many of us kind of got used to our bodies before hormones. So like when we were down at a size 7, like we were happy with that because we were a size 7. But now that I'm a size 9, I'm not happy. But I'm happy because it means that hormones are doing their things, but I'm not really thrilled about being a size 9. And like your clothes just start to fit you differently, and so like the clothes that you used to look good in, some of them kind of fit awkwardly now. So that's kind of frustrating every now and then because it's like, oh, like I'm gonna wear my cute outfit out, and then you're like, no, I'm not very cute in that anymore. But it's kind of been a back and forth struggle because it's like I'm super happy that I am at this point, and then at the same time, like I'm super pissed off that I have gained waist sizes, but I haven't changed anything really. And I mean, part of that is because hormones will slow your metabolism and it's harder to lose weight as a female, blah blah blah, and like that sucks. But like I started exercising more and it's harder to keep off, and so like my thing is, like, if you are in transition, like work your ass off because you will start to gain weight, and it's not bad weight because it doesn't hold like where it did as a man. Like it'll move down to your thighs and your butt and your hips, which is not a bad thing because it makes you a little bit more curvy, but it's kind of a bitch because then like all of your clothes start to not fit. And like I always like all of my girlfriends, they were always like this doesn't fit me anymore. And I'm like, bitch, you just wore that last week. And now I finally understand what they mean, because literally things that fit me 3 days ago do not fit me anymore. And things that fit me didn't fit me. And like, it's just this huge inward battle struggle because it's like, it's frustrating because it's like I work out every day and I'm doing all the things I need to be doing. And I don't seem to be losing any weight, and I am gaining waist sizes. And so it's kind of frustrating. So that is something that you will have to deal with in your transition. I mean, you may not personally, because everybody's transition is different, but since this is not something that a lot of people talk about, I thought I would talk about it because kind of came to a little bit of a shocker, because it's like I'm eating healthier and I'm exercising, and when I was before hormones, that would make me drop shit like super fast. Like I would just drop weight, and now it's like I actually have to really, really work for it, and it's not something I can just go on a diet for 3 days. It's like I have to go on a diet for the rest of my life. Who would have thunk? But yeah, so like it's just like I'm at this awkward stage in my transition where I'm trying to figure out how my body is working, how my body is transitioning, how I'm storing fat, how I need to get rid of fat. So it's a whole new process. So like if you're super healthy while you are before transitioning, like that super healthiness will stay with you, but at the same time, like it's going to be different because you have to be eating more healthy, if that makes sense. Because like where you would be skinny as a male, like that same exact diet plan and exercise amount is going to not be enough as a female, at least in my circumstance. So it's kind of frustrating, and I'm trying to work in all of this extra activity because I work out 5 days a week, and so like I'm trying to work in all of these extra workout routines because it's not doing what it used to, and I'm trying to get back to where I used to be, and it's just kind of frustrating and as a whole like just obnoxious, and I don't like it, but what are you gonna do when you want to transition? You want to transition. But yeah, so I don't know if anybody else has that problem, and I don't know if it's like more of a thick person problem. Like before I was on hormones, like before I started hormones, like I was never like super thin, but I was never like super thick, and now I'm like getting thicker. Like so like shoulder over the part, like my thighs never used to touch. Like my thighs used to literally probably be like this, like, and this is past shoulder. So like, you know, and like my thighs never ever used to touch, like, and so it's just really frustrating. Like my butt has gotten a lot bigger, like, which is exciting. I don't think you can really see it in these shorts, but maybe there. Not really. No, not really. But you can't really see it. So it's been this really frustrating experience these last few weeks because like I'm not gaining any weight, but I'm getting bigger, if that makes even any sense at all. Like I don't know if it's just like where I'm at in my transition, like what hormones are doing right at the second, and it just gradually goes away, or what the fuck is happening, but it is frustrating because it's like I'm not gaining weight, but I'm gaining sizes, and I don't want to be gaining sizes, I want to be losing sizes. So it's really frustrating, but that's my little rant for the day. Peace and love, be who you are, subscribe, all of that fun shit. Bye.